Hello, my name is Morgan Davis, and I'm doing my speech on teen pregnancy between the ages of 15 and 19. I have a little bit of expertise in this region because I was 16 when I got pregnant with my son and delivered him at 17. He is the most gifted individual and the most special individual in my life. He has definitely changed my life for the better and will continue to change it day to day. In 2015, the CDC said that there was 229,715 babies born to teenagers between the ages of 15 and 19. Of those 229,000, childtrends.org has said that 77% of them are unplanned. And so that's either a contraceptive didn't work, forgetting to take a pill, you ran out of your birth control, anything. And of those 77%, 60% of them were live births, and 15% were miscarriages, and 25% were abortions. With the live births, that does include adoptions. That includes keeping the baby and giving the baby up for adoption. Between 1990 and 2010, according to the CDC, there has been a 51% decrease in teen pregnancies. So that's a good thing. Not as many people are getting pregnant. A lot of that has to do with contraceptive being more available, birth control being cheaper, condoms being more available. With that being said, abortion is the safest and easiest within the first 12 weeks, according to the CDC. After that, before 18 weeks, it can still be performed. It's not recommended, but it can still be performed. And after 18 weeks, it has to be under medical reason that it needs to be performed. It can't just be off your own questionable judgment. Teenagers are faced with day-to-day tasks when pregnant. You have doctor's appointments. Your body might not want to be pregnant, so you'll have a lot of horrible side effects with being pregnant when you're a teenager that you might not have when you're 30 years old getting pregnant. With that being said, there are some amazing joys to being pregnant when you're a teenager as well. You get to spend more of your life with your child. You get to be available to your child longer. You are able to experience more things and better things in your life than if you don't have a kid when you're a teenager. I'm not advocating that teenagers should get pregnant. I'm just saying if you do, it's not the end of the world. If you do, there are ways around it. Even if you aren't ready yourself to have a baby, there are ways around it. Teenagers are often self-consumed. As you have probably met a teenager or have one, they are often self-consumed. They only care about themselves, don't care about anybody around them, don't care what their actions do to others. It's themselves and no one else. The only reason I know this is because I was this way before I got pregnant at 16. My junior year of high school, prior to my junior year of high school, I was the most self-consumed person because I didn't care how my actions and what my actions did to anybody else. I didn't care how other people reacted to me. I just didn't care. I didn't care what other people thought about me. After I got pregnant with my son, that all changed. I cared more about what life was like. I experienced more things. I feel bad for my parents, and I hope to never have to feel as bad as I probably put them and what I've probably put them through. But teenagers, that's just how they are because they're still kids. They're still trying to figure out who they are. And when you add a baby into that, that's just another who are you type of thing. In 2014, 1 out of every 5 births gave the baby up for adoption. And 3 out of every 4 births were unintended, like I have said. And then 2 out of every 5 of those unintended births ended in abortion. And that is also a fact from childtrends.org. So it's a lot to think about. Teenagers do have it rough. They have the social life that they're trying to figure out what they belong to. They have themselves that they're trying to figure out what to belong to. And then if you add a baby into the mix, that's a day-to-day routine that you have to get down on yourself. And it sets a whole new level of responsibility on top of them. When I got pregnant, when I first got pregnant, my level of responsibility was way down low. Now at 20, my level of responsibility is sky high because I understand that I have another life that I'm responsible for, another life that's not mine to play games with, another life that if I'm not around, I don't know who will be responsible for him. And that's the scary thing about teen pregnancy. But it's inevitable, and it'll happen. It's just the willingness to accept it needs to be accepted. So, yeah. Bye!